So everybody, thank you. Welcome to the Agreed Syllabus Conference meeting. As it's a public meeting, I'm just to remind everybody that this is being live streamed on the Council's YouTube site. Everybody, I will leave on mute until you're ready to speak. And as I say, if you raise your electronic hand when you do wish to speak. I'm going to take the agenda slightly out of order because I should have put appointment of chair initially. I think that's item 3, so you probably see and that will be to appoint a chair for the purpose of the Agreed Syllabus Conference meetings that we will be holding. So if anyone would like to propose a chair, please, for the meeting. Either unmute and speak or raise your hand, either or. Fiona or Anne? I've got Fiona.
Jenny Lizelle.
You'd like to propose Jenny, yeah. Is that seconded, please? Unless I think, yeah, there doesn't seem to be any objections to that. So, as I say, Jenny, if you'd like to take the chair, please. And then, as I say, I can go through attendance if you wish after that. Thank you. You're on mute still, Jenny.
There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so, yeah, if you could do the attendance, that would be great.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. I just wanted to double check. I can confirm that all groups are represented anyway. So I don't know if you want everyone to say they're here, Jenny, or shall I just go through the names? It's entirely up to you.
Well, I've got a list of participants that I can see on the right, which does make this easier than ever.
No, I mean, I can go through it. So I tell you what, I'll go through and I'll go through the groups, and if everyone wants to just say hello, because I know we've got a new member anyway, so it'd probably be helpful for introductions for everyone. So Group A, religious denominations. Representing Group A, I've got obviously yourself, Jenny.
Yep.
I've also got Bess Robertson.
Yes.
Thank you, Bess. Yeah. We can hear you. Yes, thank you very much. Helen Ellis.
Hi, here.
Thanks, Helen. And Marvin Sanderson.
Hi.
Hi. And we've also got new to, pointed to Sakura, Dr. Chitachi, sorry, I beg your pardon, Kamari. You're on mute, Doctor, but you're waving there. Thank you very much. Group B, Church of England, I've got Reverend Baker.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Thank you. And Martin Stand.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Group C is our union representatives, and I have Fiona Ranking.
Hello there.
Thank you, Fiona. And then elected members, I've got Councillor Cindy Hughes.
Hello.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Clark.
Afternoon, all.
Thank you. And Councillor Curry.
Hello.
And sorry, and I also have Jan Mole. She's our co-op D representing the Humanists.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you, Jan. That's everybody, Chair. Unless I've missed anybody, please shout up.
That's great. Thank you. Okay, so we have the review of the locally agreed syllabus. We have the results of the consultation with schools, which Anne very kindly sent out.
My apologies, Chair. Sorry, that's one person I've completely missed Anne off. I do apologise, Anne, as our lead officer. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry, Anne.
So did everybody, I don't know how many people can see me, did everybody get the results of the consultation? I think they went out as a separate posting. Might be better to say, did anybody not get them? Excellent. So, really, I think the main business of this meeting is to talk through the result of that consultation and to see where that leaves us and what it leaves us wanting to do going forward. My own, just by way of brief summary, what I've taken from having a look at this is that there is very much an appetite for us to produce a new agreed syllabus. I say the overwhelming majority. It's difficult to talk about the overwhelming majority of 28. But of those, of the responses that we have, which do represent, I think, quite a large proportion of the schools, there is definitely an appetite not only for a new syllabus, but also some very interesting feedback on what they would actually like from that syllabus. Again, the vast majority of respondents are primary, and what does seem to be coming out, and I believe Martin raised this issue last time, that what the secondary schools want from a new agreed syllabus is quite different to what the primary schools want from it. And that's something that we will need to discuss going forward. And the extent to which we can do that, I'm not actually sure whether we can have a very different looking agreed syllabus or not. The other thing that I think is worth us just having a brief discussion about that seems to come out of this is other things that, or other roles that the local schools would like SACRAs to take, things that they would like them to provide in terms of training and in terms of facilitating visits to places of worship and from various faith communities in Darlington. So I think those are the things we need to speak through, and I am hoping that Anne, who has got her hand up, is going to tell us about what we can do with regard to different formats of agreed syllabus for primary and senior. Anne.
Hi everyone. Yeah, there's two things. Obviously, as Jenny has said today, really, today's meeting was just about reviewing the consultation and then agreeing in principle to move forward. If SACRA and the ASC specifically are happy, what will happen at the next meeting is that I will bring a rundown of the different options available to us in terms of primary or secondary. You know, a bespoke package versus a non-bespoke package, the costings that go with that, and therefore the budget that is attached to it. With regards to the difference between the primary and secondary, I know that Martin had asked for the results to be broken down to primary and secondary for the reasons, Chair, that you've just said. I have managed to do that, but I got it this morning, and I didn't feel it was particularly fair to send it out to everyone. I thought you might all be quite busy. So that will come out with the next set of agenda. And interestingly, the take up for secondary in responding to the consultation was pretty secure. There was seven secondary schools. So we were really pleased with the response. It represents a good proportion of Darlington schools, and as you said, it's a pretty strong remit for moving forward. So yeah, that's it.
Thanks. Thank you. So is there any feedback from this, anything that people particularly want to bring to the discussion at this stage from what you've seen in those survey results? Anything that you think really needs to go onto our agenda moving forward? I mean, as I've said, I'm seeing quite clearly that for the secondary spec, they want perhaps a much less detailed document, and that they want, if possible, and this is something that when we come to look at the options and next time perhaps we can think about, I'm getting that they want to have a role in producing it. So if that's something that can be facilitated, I think that's something we should certainly be looking to do.
Yeah, we can certainly add that onto our list of desirables.
Sure.
When we come to examine the options that are available to us on the production of a new one.
Sure. Other than that, and I don't know if this is something for this meeting or whether it's something for the wider SACRA, I think there is certainly an appetite for us to be looking to provide training. And there is also an appetite for us to be looking to perhaps provide a wider experience for local schools in terms of visits to places of worship when that becomes possible, and maybe speakers going into schools, which again is something, and this is, I'm very much aware of this in a number of roles as the technology is rolling out that allows things like this meeting. That option is available from people going in person, but it's also available virtually like this. So there's more than one way of getting speakers into schools. And I think, I don't know, that's possibly something we want to be talking about in the SACRA more broadly rather than here. where we're thinking specifically about the agreed syllabus. But I do think that's something we want to be looking for if we can. Jan.
Sorry, Chair, can I'll just say 1 minute at that point. Normally what happens is when the agreed syllabus do sort of come up with a locally agreed syllabus, that training part of it is normally inbuilt in that towards the end. I think they tend to do a launch of a new syllabus and then training would go out to schools. Correct me if I'm wrong, Anne, but I think that would be something that would be taken into consideration at that point.
Yeah, the maintained schools. Yeah, the training package would go to maintained schools. Certainly, I don't know what the arrangements were last time for the academies, but yeah, there is. You're absolutely right, Alison. There will be a launch. There'll be training support that would be offered to implement it. Yeah.
And I'm also seeing in there quite a lot of an appetite for, particularly I think from the primaries, for suggested lesson plans and that sort of thing, which is also something that maybe goes on our list of desirables when we're looking at procuring an agreed syllabus. Jan, you have your hand up.
Yes, thanks, Jenny. Just as a way of sort of, I was looking through the requests from the various schools. I'm not trying to sort of jump in and say we've got this, but just as a way of helping if anyone would like to sort of follow the lead in terms of the various faiths. We have spent the last year preparing schemes of work and lesson plans to address the Durham curriculum syllabus that has come out on sale rather expensively, I know, but there are a number of schools in the Tyneside area who have taken up this particular curriculum, and we decided to look at it and then break down, because the various year groups, right up from early years up to the GCSE year, which has been a really interesting sort of activity for us. So we do have lesson plans already there, and of course on our websites we have a number of resources available to teachers just to go and look at. But we have also used the Zoom facility, which, as you rightly say, has been excellent for keeping in touch with schools and for doing complete lessons for teachers when they've requested them. So I'd be very, very happy to sort of talk through how we approach this for anyone else who would like to discuss it at any time. So just to offer my help if it's needed at any time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Okay. Okay, so is there anything else that needs to be brought up or discussed at this point? Anne?
It's just that everybody is happy to proceed on the basis of the consultation. Obviously, just stunned silence.
Yes. Yep. And I'm assuming that people have looked at that and basically thought, yes, the schools want us to do something, so let's think about what we can do.
So just to confirm then,
yeah.
I will put together a list of the options, including costings and potential timeframes, and including that the local authority budget for the completion of the work. And then the details of the options will be discussed then at the next meeting. And you could start to have a look at the details, you know, as you were saying about the primary and the secondary and the lesson plans and all of that, and see which one is most suitable for the needs that the ASC has identified.
Okay. Do we have any objections to proceeding on that principle? Anybody uncomfortable with that? Excellent. Okay, so I propose then that that's what we do, that we come back. Do we need to set a date for a next meeting?
No, we don't need to set that now. I think I can do that in liaison with Anne, because I presume we'll need to find out the process and timescales. But as soon as that is, I'll get a date out to everybody. I think Councillor Curry's just put a hand up as well, Chair.
Yeah. That was best.
Yeah, all I was going to ask is that could Anne please identify the stuff that would be able to go online, because I got a feeling that a lot of schools were wanting more online things to access. So if we could also discuss in the next one what would go online for access and what would go into schools.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Bess?
There you go. Right, I think you're up. I think you're up as well. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you.
Hello?
Hello?
Can I just intervene for 1 minute? I don't know if this is the right time to do it or whatever, but you were talking about speakers going into schools. We found with the synagogue that in order to show the children the artifacts and everything else we've got, that it is better for them to come to us.
Mm-hmm.
So we do a lot of school visits, but we don't go in. I've tried it. I've looked great carrier bags of artifacts into schools. It just doesn't work. By the time I find the thing I'm looking for at the bottom of the bag, you know, the session's over. So
Yeah.
that's just to let you know what we're doing.
That's fine. And from what I was looking at in the survey responses, the interest is there for both. It's there for facilitating visits to places of worship and for facilitating speakers in schools. So certainly there is a place for both, I think. So, yeah. And I think, you know, that's something we were looking to put together a database anyway, I think, as part of the activities of the Sacre. So, yeah, that's certainly something that we'll be moving forward with. Okay, is there anything else we need to discuss at this time then? So we're saying that in terms of Anne putting together some possibilities, we're saying that what we do know is that we've got an interest from schools in having maybe different approaches for secondary and primary. We've got an interest in secondary teachers contributing as far as possible to the agreed syllabus. We've got an interest in training associated with the scheme of work, with the agreed syllabus. So people are looking for training, they're looking for schemes of work. So we're looking for ways forward of how we want to go about doing that. That's my summary, I think, unless anybody wants to add anything to that. Okay. If there's nothing else to discuss, I suggest we all go and get on with our lives. We'll speak again when we've got some more information to discuss. Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.